Hey guys, it is your girl Mo Curls here. Let me make sure my mic is on. Okay, it's on. I in fact did shoot a whole YouTube video once and my mic was off and I could not reshoot it because it was just so much that I was like, I'm not gonna reshoot that. So it just never uploaded. I should post it one day with no sound and have you guys just write me like, hey, there's no sound in this video. Anywho, hey guys, it is your big sis Mo here, and if you saw the thumbnail, if you see the title of this video, then you know we are talking about losing inches on your waist. Some of you guys might look at that thumbnail and be like, the before wasn't that big, or the before wasn't big at all, or I don't see any difference. Now I'm going to break down some facts about the picture and talk to you guys about the 2 to 3 things I did differently that took me from this picture here to this picture here within 5 months. So this is why I say that this is a realistic way that I've been able to shrink inches off of my waist. So let's just jump right into it. Oh, before we start, if you're not subscribed but you're watching this video, then what are you doing? Make sure you are subscribed. So back in March, I realized that my shape was like starting to outform like this. So naturally I am shaped like this, and if nobody's going to tell you, I will tell you because I'm honest. Genetics plays a role in the way you are shaped. So if you're shaped like this, you can't develop into a shape like this. That's not going to happen. Just the same way you can't get rid of hip dips because of your bone structure. You can't go from this, sorry, you can't go from this to this. So genetically, my mom has this shape and she has great arms. So I know if I do arms, you know, a couple times a week, for a couple of weeks, I'm gonna have great arms too. It's in my genetics. I don't ask me to break it down. I know there's somebody who's like an actual like PT major or something going, no, that's not how it works, but whatever. And then of course my mom, my grandma, all the women in my family pretty much have a shape like this. So naturally that is how I'm shaped. Now I always know when I'm gaining weight because my shape will go from this to more like this, like a little bit wider, because my weight is starting to go to my waist, and that's where I know I'm gaining a lot of body fat. So back in March, the height of my weight was 145 pounds, which again, some people might not say that's big. I'm telling you that that's big for me because the highest I've ever been was 150 and I was uncomfortable with that. And my shape was like this more than this. So I was highly uncomfortable with myself. My jeans were fitting super tight, and I'm talking about even back in March this year. My jeans were fitting super tight, everything just felt tight on me, and I was like, okay, this is making me feel uncomfortable. But I wasn't losing any body fat. I was still working out 6 days a week as I do right now, 6 to 7 days a week, and I was like, I'm not losing anything. I'm still feeling and looking, and I'm big on the scale too. So back in March, my body fat percentage, I'm always like hasty to admit how large or high my body fat was, but my body fat percentage was 38%. If you want to, you can buy yourself a smart scale. The smart scale that I have, I'll link in the description of this video. I bought it on Amazon, and I've matched up with personal trainers that I've had over the years, and my smart scale, body fat, everything matches up to the different tools that they use to test out how much body fat I have. So it's a good smart scale. I'll link it. So 38% is my height back in March. So basically if I ate well the whole week, but let's say I ate something like queso one night, or like a pizza one night, then my body fat will go from, because 37.5% was like my median body fat, but if I ate like cheese or something, or a lot of cheese, something that's high in fat, high and very salty, I jump up to 38% for like the next 2 to 3 days. So I was like, okay, at this point, even though I'm working out 6 to 7 days a week, I'm drinking a gallon of water a day, I'm literally not seeing my body fat drop, and something's got to change because I haven't been in this position since when I had first moved to North Carolina about 5 years ago, and I was, you know, getting all that relationship weight. Now I'm single and I'm like, I don't have an excuse of why I'm gaining, you know, all this body fat and I can't drop it. So here is what I started to do differently. Number one was something very simple that my grandma does every single day since I was a kid that I hated at first. I started taking daily walks. Some of you, I posted on my story now on Instagram. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram as well. It's Mo Curls, MOCURLSSS, same name. I started taking daily walks. I do 10,000 steps a day. On my cardio days, I'm a little less inclined to go on the daily walk. Like I'll do my walks in the morning, and that's literally more so for my mental health more than it is for physical, because it's like my time to decompress, get ready to prepare for my work day because work is stressful as hell. Just get ready to prepare for the day in general. Now, some people are sitting here and thinking 10,000 steps is a lot. 10,000 steps, let's check my Apple Watch, see how many steps I'm at right now. So it's 6:01 right now. I've taken 9,000 steps. I also did cardio today, so I ran on the treadmill. So that's where all the steps came in instead of me like walking around the block. I also love the sun. That's why I'm doing all this walking. That's 3.78 miles. So to get the 10,000 steps, you basically have to walk at least 4 miles. You can make this into like something like so much fun. Like for me, I like walking around my neighborhood, around the block. Whenever it's like a sunny day, it's like, why are you sitting in the house? But I'm also not a vampire. I have friends who are vampires. One of my friends, she didn't even have a window in her apartment. And no, it wasn't because she was broke or anything crazy, because she lived uptown in a very nice apartment. She literally just didn't have a window in her bedroom in her apartment. She had windows in the other rooms, but not in her bedroom, which blew my mind. You can go hiking. You can take a friend with you if you're somebody who likes to walk and talk. Me, in the beginning of my 10,000 steps a day journey, I wasn't a walking and talking kind of person, so I'm not taking nobody with me. But I do post on my story just to remind you guys to go for your daily walks. But there are a lot of benefits to doing daily walking. So let's go over those benefits because I had to jot them down. Because if you guys don't know, I have a horrible memory. So let's go through a little list. One, it does reduce your risk of chronic diseases. So it lowers the risk of chronic diseases. It improves heart health. Also, it improves your mood. You will be less moody if you start going for daily walks. I'm telling you. I'm not a moody person in general, for real. It takes a lot to put me into like a mood, so I'm really not a moody person. But all that sunlight, you get vitamin D, you release endorphins, it improves your mood. So it's like, why not? Also, it helps you to burn calories and maintain a healthy weight. I didn't really know that when I started doing the 10,000 steps a day. I really didn't even know that that was like gonna be a part of it. Because when you think of walking, it's such a slow and steady pace that you're like, how could I possibly be burning calories and how is this possibly helping me maintain a healthy weight? Now, a study done did say that because regular walking can help reduce body fat, which I'm proof of that, as a result, it improves your body's response to insulin. So it has been researched by doctors. Now, you can always make it fun. You can challenge some of your friends and make it a 10,000 steps a day challenge. One of the old companies I worked for, we actually did have a 10,000 steps a day challenge. And 10,000 steps a day is not easy, but if you start in the morning when you have the most energy, you really will be able to knock out those 10,000 steps. So that is the first thing that I changed that I was not doing previously. I wouldn't even think about my steps on my Apple Watch. I wouldn't even look at it. My whole goal was to knock out my calorie goal of how many calories I burned. That was the whole goal here. So steps, I didn't care about. I was just like, okay, do we burn 400 calories today during your workout? Okay, boom, we're good. Then I threw in the steps. That's when I actually started to see my body fat start to drop. The second thing that I started to stop doing, I stopped getting on the scale and checking my body fat. This was a really big deal for me because I really do think that consistently getting on the scale and looking at my body fat was actually stressing me out and raising my cortisol levels. I can't prove this because I never got my cortisol levels actually checked out to see if they were actually raised or if they were lowered. But I feel like it was so discouraging to continuously every single day getting on the scale and watching it go from 37.5% to 38%, down to 37.4%, back up to 37.9%. I feel like it was so stressful to see it that it was discouraging. So there would be days where my body fat would drop down to like 37.2%. And I'd be like, 37.2. If I just eat, a Chipotle bowl, like half it tonight and then half tomorrow morning, it won't affect my body fat too much. And literally 38.1. the next day. I feel like even if I thought about eating a Chipotle bowl and then got on my scale an hour later, my body fat would just go up. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I didn't even eat it. So I really do think that my stress over on the scale and my stress over my body fat percentage was literally like raising my body fat, and it just wouldn't move. Like for those good 5 months, it literally would not move. And when I tell you, the moment I stopped getting on the scale and doing 10,000 steps a day, my body fat started to decrease immediately. Like I started to drop from 38% down to 36. Now we're at 35.2 today, I think. Now I'm only getting on the scale like once, maybe once every like 3 weeks. And honestly, I'm getting on the scale not because I'm trying to see if my body fat has gone up. It's because I'm starting to notice how loose my waist is fitting in my jeans, to the point where now I'm being a little bit nervous I'm losing too much body fat, where I'm like, do I really want to dip down to the 20%? I don't know yet. And I think this is like the funnest thing about it for me, is that I'm kind of a person where my body goals go like this. Like, one day I want to be thick, one day I want to be very slim, one day I want to be very athletic looking, next day I want to be slim thick. I'm a very up and down kind of person, so 2 months from now I might be like, you know what, I think it's bulking time, I think I want to like gain all this weight back. But I need to find a balance where it's like I'm gaining, but I'm also still in a good body fat percentage. I'm not gaining fat, I'm gaining muscle. Also, I think that's where a lot of us, this is me rambling, you guys know how I do in these videos, I do ramble. But also I think a lot of us need to come to terms with what we mean when we say we want to lose weight and what we're actually trying to lose. And we'll get to that in my third point. But getting off the scale is what I changed. I stopped getting on the scale, I got off the scale. I started to look at the way I looked in the mirror, the way I felt. I also carry a lot of weight here and in my face. I naturally have a round face, but I carry a lot of weight here when I gain weight, carry a lot of it in my face. So I started to look at that as well. Like, how big is my face looking this week? I don't know. But that was a huge thing. I think that my cortisol levels really were raised when I was continuously hopping on the scale. And the moment that I stopped doing that, that's when I really saw an effect of, okay, like, let's take the pressure off of ourselves, and whatever happens, happens. Like, we'll drop the body fat. But also the reason why I was so like, okay, we need to start dropping body fat is because there were some days where I was going over 38%, and I was like, okay, this feels a little dangerous. Like, I'm carrying, mind you, if you guys look at that picture, I was carrying, and I still do carry weight in my stomach. Like, that's just natural. But I was carrying a lot of weight in my stomach to the point where I saw my shape was just not shaping anymore, and I was like, okay, this feels a little dangerous that I have all this fat in my stomach. And I've, heard studies where they say the most dangerous part for you to carry fat is in your stomach, so that made me nervous as well. Plus, I don't know who doesn't know this, but I am in my 30s. 30. And the older you get, the harder it is to lose weight. And some chronic health issues do run through my family, so I just had to get on my healthy shit, where I was like, okay, we need to figure this out. And I think we figured out a formula that works for me. Now the third thing that really hasn't changed, but is my tip, because this really hasn't changed. Find a healthy balance when it comes to your diet. My diet is like a 70-30. 30% of my diet is trash as hell, 70% is very good. Today I had 6 tacos. However, the tacos I made were lean ground beef, so it was 96% to 4% fat. So very lean ground beef, 0 net carb, little soft taco shells. And then organic salsa and cheese that were from cows that do not have RBST. I think that's what it's called on the package. Because dairy also really flares me up real bad as far as my allergies. So that's what I had for lunch. For breakfast, I had a green smoothie, which I'm naturally just not a hungry person in the morning. And then as a snack, I always eat like fruit. Now, I am not a sweets or snack kind of person. I'm really not. I really do crave protein. I crave meat. I know how that sounds. I know exactly how that sounds. But I'm just being honest. I really do just crave protein and like meat. I don't crave sweets. I don't keep it in my cupboard. It's just not a thing for me. So in that meal that I just named off, if I went and looked at the packaging, none of them had sugar in it. And I had like read, this was a TikTok video, I don't even know if this guy was a nutritionist, but he was like, you gave up sugar for 2 weeks, the shape of your face would change, you will lose body fat, all this other stuff, which I was like, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, it sounds good. But yeah, my diet is like a 70-30 diet. It's not like I just said diet. My diet is a 70-30. 70% good, 30% bad. And then I drink. I like to drink on the weekends. I like to drink if I'm going to a fancy occasion. I like to drink if I'm going out to a birthday dinner. I like to have a drink. But I also like to drink liquors that do not have a lot of preservatives in them. They say if you drink tequila, you have to make sure it's the one that says agave on it to make sure it doesn't have a lot of additives. I didn't mean preservatives, I meant additives. Also, you're not ending up with a headache, and I think they're more low calorie. I think vodka is the most low calorie thing, but Tito's really be whooping my ass now, so I just can't have Tito's anymore. That's for the grown-ups. But yeah, so 70-30, I still have that balance though, because if you're not having cheat meals, then my theory is that, let's say you eat clean Monday through Sunday. Let's say you eat clean. And honestly, the only time I crave things is if I watch like a TikTok and somebody's eating something that I know I don't have a craving for and I'm not supposed to be eating. But I'm like, dang, that McDonald's McDouble does look really good right now. See, even in my head, I'm like, why wouldn't you want a McDouble? There's McDonald's around the corner. And to be honest with you, I don't know if maybe I'm a little different because I completely see eating as a mental thing. It doesn't feel physical to me, which it sounds a little nuts, but to me, eating really is mental. Somebody could completely influence me to eat a burger right now if I watch it on TikTok. I'd be like, oh, that burger looks so good, I really want it. But if I didn't see a McDonald's commercial today, if I didn't see a Wendy's commercial today, I wouldn't crave McDonald's or Wendy's for days. And I don't crave it naturally. It's only if I see it on TV or like on TikTok. So when I do have like cheat meals, it's like a hearty cheat meal. Like it's gonna be a burger and like sweet potato fries. Like it's still kind of healthy-ish, but it's not something I'll eat every day either. So I have cheat meals. You have to cheat. Ladies, you have to cheat. I'm just kidding. Cheat. You have to cheat because if you don't, once they 7 hits of all that clean eating, you're like, yes, I did all that clean eating. One of your friends might invite you out to dinner and be like, hey, we're going out to dinner. Let's all go out to dinner. And you might binge. You might end up being like, I ate really good for 7 days. What's that 3-course meal with 3 glasses of wine? That's a lot of calories. That's a lot of calories. But yeah, so that is my diet. If you guys really want me to break this down and make this into like a series and break down each piece I just went over as far as like what meals I eat in a day, what workouts I did for like a whole week, different places that I walked to, you guys have got to comment and be like, Mo, we want a series. If you guys do not comment that, I will not break this down because I don't want it to be like a waste of time and something that you guys don't actually want to see. I know a lot of you guys have asked me like, come on now, post the meals that you eat in like a week or in a day. I need you guys to comment and be like, hey, we really want to see this. If I don't get the comment saying I really want to see it, I just won't do it, and that's fine. So I'm trying to think. To be honest with you, this is not that long a video. This is a very short video because there's no like rhyme or reason or like huge changes that I made. I didn't go on a crash diet. I didn't, start eating a certain food. There was nothing that I did that was like secretive. I started doing 10,000 steps a day. I stopped getting on the scale because I feel like it was raising my cortisol levels and it was freaking me out. And I could not lose body fat because I was so freaked out and everything was just elevated. And number 3, I just try to maintain the most 70-30 diet that I possibly can. Those are the 3 things. There's no secret here. And I want to put y'all on game because, I don't know, this might help somebody else. But again, those are my 3 tips. This is a quick video. I'm not going to drag it because there's no need to. If you guys want me to break this down and make this into a series, into different parts, please comment. Tell me what you want me to break it down into. And then, let's put it this way. The comment that has the most likes on it, or the comment that I see the most frequent across different people, that is what I will do as a spin-off to this video. But that's all I got for you guys. If you guys like this video, make sure you like it, share it, and leave a comment. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing here? No, I'm just kidding. You can be here even if you're not subscribed, but it would be nice if you subscribe. Anyways, guys, I will see you guys next time. Peace.